What if I told you the world's wealthiest people live by a code, one so secret, so subtle, that you'd never know it even existed? A code that separates those who inherit dynasties from those who build them from scratch. Old money plays chess, new money plays poker. And in this game of power, image, and influence, only a few ever learn the rules. Stay with us, because today we're pulling back the velvet curtain on the hidden rulebooks of old money families and how they clash, contradict, or quietly align with the bold strategies of new money billionaires. What you'll discover may change how you view wealth forever. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and tap that notification bell. If you love exploring the elite corners of society, from billion-dollar estates to unspoken traditions, this channel is your VIP pass inside. Let's begin. There's wealth, and then there's legacy. Old money is the quiet echo of generations. It's discreet, elegant, and deeply rooted in tradition. These are the families who've owned estates for centuries, where family crests still hang above stone fireplaces, and the family tree is a map of powerful marriages and strategic alliances. New money, on the other hand, is loud, fast, and dazzling. It's the tech entrepreneur who went from couch surfing to buying a $30 million Malibu mansion in 5 years. It's the YouTube sensation with a fleet of supercars and a following larger than the population of Switzerland. But what separates them isn't just time. It's the unwritten code's rules passed down in whispers, not wills. Rule number 1. Visibility is vulnerability. Old money operates in the shadows. The first rule? Never flaunt your wealth. Because true power doesn't scream, it whispers. You'll rarely see a Rockefeller giving house tours on social media. You won't catch the Rothschilds throwing parties for tabloids. Old money doesn't need validation from the crowd. Their homes are hidden behind hedges. Their names rarely make headlines, unless it's in the philanthropy section of the newspaper. Discretion is their currency. The more you show, the less you're respected. New money's take. The game is entirely different. New money thrives on visibility. A jet, a yacht, a penthouse view, it's all part of the brand. Think Elon Musk tweeting market-moving thoughts, or Jeffree Star showing off luxury pink ranches. For them, attention is not vulnerability, it's leverage. But old money would see it as reckless. They'd call it nouveau riche, a fancy insult for too loud, too new, too eager. Rule number 2. Blend in to stand out. If you walked past a true old money heir on the street, you might not notice them at all. That's intentional. Their wardrobes are understated. Think worn leather shoes, heirloom watches, and clothes tailored so subtly you'd miss the craftsmanship if you blinked. They value quality over logos. They attend the same boarding schools, marry within their circles, and speak with accents shaped by generations of private education. To them, fitting in is a form of social armor. New money's counter-move: stand out or disappear. For many self-made billionaires, individuality is power. They don't dress to blend in. They dress to disrupt. Whether it's a Mark Zuckerberg hoodie or a Pharrell hat on the Met Gala carpet, new money often uses personal style as a billboard of uniqueness. To old money, that kind of attention-seeking feels desperate. But to new money, it's survival. In a world built on innovation and visibility, if you're not seen, you're forgotten. Rule number 3. Guard the legacy. Old money doesn't just accumulate wealth, it protects the structure that sustains it. That means prenuptial agreements are not negotiable. Marriages are strategic. Children are raised not just with money, but with responsibility, often under strict rules that forbid public drama, risky business, or any behavior that could damage the family name. We're talking about families that have trusts within trusts, estates with stipulations so complex They require full-time legal teams. Old money sees wealth not as a prize, but as a duty. New money's rebellion. Legacy is optional. New money isn't tied to ancestral estates or multi-generational traditions. They make their own rules, redefine their family structures, and invest in what they believe matters now, not 100 years from now. Some new money billionaires don't even plan to pass on their wealth. Think of billionaires like Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg, who publicly commit to giving away the majority of their fortunes. To old money, that's unthinkable. To new money, it's revolutionary. Rule number 4. Know the code. There's an invisible etiquette among old money elites. It's not taught, it's absorbed. You know when to speak, and more importantly, when not to. You understand the difference between a debutante ball and a gala. You know how to navigate a private members club in London or a regatta in the south of France without standing out for the wrong reasons. Manners, discretion, restraint. These are the invisible tattoos of high society. New money learns or doesn't. Some new money billionaires adapt quickly, learning the code through experience, mentorship, or marriage into old money families. Others reject the code entirely, creating their own orbit with their own etiquette. They buy their way into private clubs or build their own. But here's the twist old money watches, and they don't forget who played by the rules and who didn't. Rule Chart 5. Educate the heirs. Old money families don't just raise children, they groom heirs. From a young age, children in these dynasties are taught the importance of stewardship over ownership. They're enrolled in elite boarding schools, trained in diplomacy, fluent in multiple languages, and given lessons in history, finance, and social conduct most people don't encounter until graduate school, if ever. They aren't encouraged to pursue fame or flash. Instead, they are raised to manage trusts, serve on boards, and preserve reputation. Many are taught to view money not as personal freedom, but as a burden of responsibility. You don't own the fortune. One old money patriarch once told his grandson, "You borrow it from your descendants." New money's curriculum. Self-made billionaires raise their children with a different goal: freedom of choice. Whether it's enrolling their kids in unconventional schools or encouraging them to build their own startups, new money tends to support exploration, creativity, and sometimes even failure, as long as it's learned from. You'll see children of tech tycoons pursuing everything from AI research to avant-garde fashion to environmental activism. The wealth gives them a platform. The philosophy gives them permission to reimagine their path. To old money, that might feel chaotic, but for new money, that's exactly the point. Rule number 6. Philanthropy is power. To old money, giving is not about publicity, it's about positioning. The wealthy elite often use philanthropy as a strategic tool. Donations go toward legacy projects, founding hospitals, endowing university chairs, supporting the arts. These acts are quiet but influential. A building named after your family? That's not just charity, it's immortality. Old money philanthropy is intergenerational. It's not about applause today, it's about prestige 100 years from now. New money's generosity. New money gives too, but it's often flashier, faster, and louder. They fund moonshot ideas. Think Elon Musk's donation to environmental causes, or Mackenzie Scott's multi-billion-dollar surprise gifts. Their giving is bold, disruptive, and highly visible. It mirrors their personality, transformative and ambitious. Old money might see this as lacking refinement. New money sees it as urgent change. Rule number 7. Never risk the principal. Old money invests conservatively. They'd rather preserve than explode. They favor assets that last: blue-chip stocks, land, fine art, and long-term real estate holdings. Risk management is their religion. Even their charitable foundations are designed to last indefinitely, only spending a percentage of returns while keeping the principal locked down. A saying among old money families is, "Live off the interest, protect the tree." New money's gamble. Risk built their empire, and many don't stop once they've made it. Venture capital, crypto, high-risk startups. These are playgrounds for new money. They're comfortable betting large sums if the upside is disruptive enough. Some win even bigger. Some lose it all. Old money watches with raised brows, but new money doesn't flinch. For them, playing it safe was never part of the plan. Rule number 8. Wealth is silent power. Old money doesn't chase influence, it cultivates it, slowly and quietly. They sit on advisory boards, influence policy behind closed doors, and support the think tanks that shape global decisions. You may not know their names, but you're living in a world shaped by their preferences. Their homes aren't just mansions, they're meeting grounds. Their clubs aren't social, they're strategic. Their friendships aren't casual, they're alliances. New money's influence is loud. Influence is broadcasted. Think of billionaires launching social media platforms, live streaming product launches, or making headlines for provocative statements. Their goal isn't just to influence power structures, it's to become the power structure. But there's a cost: public scrutiny, cancel culture, tabloid obsession. Old money avoids this entirely. New money dances with it, sometimes brilliantly, sometimes recklessly. Rule number 9. Marriage is strategy. In old money circles, marriage is rarely just about love. It's a merger, a consolidation of power, a preservation of class. They marry well, often within their social tier, or across powerful families. Background checks aren't just encouraged, they're expected. The goal is to avoid scandal, secure lineage, and strengthen networks. This isn't about romance, it's about reinforcement. New money's love game. Marriages are often personal and unpredictable. Some marry celebrities, influencers, or artists. Others marry within their industry. But what sets new money apart is this: they don't always seek to reinforce a lineage. Sometimes they seek to break from it. And sometimes they fall into the same traps. Old money once learned to avoid public divorces, high-stakes lawsuits, and media spectacles that would make old money cringe. Where old money looks for legacy, new money often finds headlines. Rule number 10. Know when to disappear. This is perhaps the most curious rule of all. There comes a point when old money steps out of the spotlight entirely. Whether through relocation, retreat, or retirement into foundation work, they vanish, but only from public view. They've learned that staying in the spotlight too long invites danger, resentment, and worse, attention. To them, mystery is protection. Disappearance is dignity. New money? It's the opposite. Most new money only recently arrived in the spotlight, and many don't plan to leave anytime soon. They have brands to protect, companies to lead, and millions of followers to entertain. For them, disappearing isn't a strategy, it's defeat. But even some new money eventually learn the value of silence. Because after the noise, after the success, after the backlash, there's a moment when every billionaire must ask, do I want to be known? Or do I want to be free? And maybe that's the final rule no one talks about. When the cameras are off, when the jets are grounded, when the world finally stops watching, only then do the real games begin.